do your buns eating customers prefer cracked buns instead of the smooth? Well, we shall see to that comparison in this video, while I show you step-by-step secret ingredients and processing strategies that upgrades your commercial buns recipe for good. Crusty, soft, crispy, tasty and light buns recipe that gives you a quick turnover without a leftover. You will also learn how to determine and portion your buns equally without a tool. So roll up your sleeve, grab your ingredients and hit the like button as we begin immediately. Now begin by adding 2 cups of flour in a clean bowl. And if you ask me, I'll say use all-purpose flour for buns always. Then go in with 50 grams of sugar. At this point, we're adding all our dry ingredients in the bowl. Then proceed with the addition of a tablespoon of milk powder. It is even better if you can find this brand of a non-dairy milk powder because it is cheap and much as well. Next is the addition of a teaspoon of a baking powder and a half tablespoon of salt. Now stir these dry ingredients to uniformly combine. Now let me recall that in here we have our flour, sugar, milk powder, baking powder and salt. These 5 ingredients are compulsorily important if you want to upgrade your commercial buns recipe. Next, addition and crumbling of our shortening. And to that I am using about 30 grams of margarine. Please note that the use of margarine in this recipe is not optional. And this crumbling is a must for a cracky buns quality. Always take a time to squeeze your margarine into your flour until it becomes silky and crumb-like. Just like this. Now to avoid eggshell contact, I'm gonna crack 1 egg in a different bowl. And to that I'll be adding a drop of a liquid condensed milk flavor, the industrial one, okay? Add all this mixture into our flour crumbs and continue to squeeze. If for any reason you did not squeeze your egg and your margarine into your flour like this, don't expect a cracky result because it will not be cracky. Squeezing helps to reduce the density of your dough, making it light and airy for faster heat penetration during frying. Just look at this. Yes, this is exactly the way it should be, okay? Now, because of space, I'm gonna transfer this into a bigger bowl and then move in with water. For water, I will be adding half cup of water. Afterwards, I decided to sit comfortably in order to hook my bowl with my legs for easy mixing. You will know the importance of this posture if you are manually mixing a large quantity. And at this point, we are not just combining the dough to come together, but we are also kneading the dough in order to activate the gluten using this spatula. You can choose to mix this with spatula, with hand, or even with a mixer. And because the dough will be sticky, I do not advise the use of your hand because it will make it messy. So at this point, it seems my liquid was a little bit much. So I decided to add a little bit flour in order to balance the texture I wanted. And for the desired texture, I do not want it to run like a liquid. No, I want it to be like semi-solid or liquid mixture. Just like this, gluten well activated, smooth, pasty, and tough dough. And the batter at this point is very tasty. If you decided to test it, you might literally lick it up because it's very tasty and nice. Everything is well combined. Now, don't omit this kneading process. 90% of buns producers don't knead their dough, and I don't know why. If you don't knead your dough, your buns texture becomes so dense and heavy. In fact, this is the reason why most people run away from buns, and sometimes inside may not be done. Always knead your dough until it becomes stretchy, okay? Now, set up your oil upon the heat and allow to heat up. Again, this is the consistency of my dough after beating with my spatula. You can see it is sticky, stretchy, and soft. To begin frying, wet your hand with some water or oil in order to enable you cut the dough batter. And to do that, cut the dough with your forefinger and gently squeeze into the oil. There are many ways to do this. You can drop it like this or cut in between your index finger and your thumb, just like this. Yes, this is also how you can use to portion your dough. By the time the dough just come out of your index and thumb finger, you must have cut it and the sizes remain uniformly the same. I call this method batter size control technique. So drop the dough in the oil and stir fry intervally or regularly until your buns is completely fried. I also do not like to fry my buns at a very high heat, rather at medium heat. Not too high and not too low. Once your buns is brown enough, you're gonna scoop this out of the heat and then fry the rest of your batter until you are done frying. Now, why do customers prefer cracked buns instead of the smooth one? First of all, for a buns to be cracky, it means that buns is very rich in margarine or butter, for it is impossible to get your buns cracky without the use of margarine or butter. Just look at this. This is amazing. So another thing that gets your buns cracky is the processing method, which is that method of squeezing the butter and the egg into the flour before we mix into a paste. If you don't mix your buns that way, you won't get it cracky. Oh my goodness, I tested this buns. It was, oh my God. Every of these buns had the crack. Look at it. All of them, they are cracky. You know, there's this crispiness on the outside and soft on the inside. And the inside of these buns is light, is not that dense, okay? You will not have the issue of whether it is done, whether it is not done, no. And there is this mouth melting property with crack buns. And listen, let me tell you one thing. It is also possible for you to use all these ingredients in your buns and it will not be cracky. Yes, and that depends on the method of your mixing. If you use less margarine than expected, it will not be cracky. You combine everything directly and mix into your dough without squeezing, it will not be cracky. So the process matters. Look at how cracky this buns is. This is amazing, and the mouth feeling is something else that words cannot explain. This recipe to upgrade yours. I got 14 buns in these 2 cups of flour, and as at now only 9 is remaining, meaning I've eaten 5 already. In fact, I didn't know when I did it, and I am not a buns person, I'm a puff puff person. But with this buns recipe, oh my goodness. Even if you don't like buns, you will like buns. Also, I estimated the cost of producing 1 kg of these buns to be less than 2,500 naira. Yes, without oil. And if you are using this method and my scoop, 1 kg of these buns will give you 56 pieces. That is 5,600 naira. So there is no how you will not make more than 50% profit using this recipe. Your customers will be happy buying and you will be happy selling because there will be no leftover. Please, when you change your buns recipe to this one, don't forget to come back and share your testimony under this video so that a lot of people will also see and give it a trial. I want to say thank you so much for watching, and in my next video I will bring for you the best egg roll in town. Yes, the best commercial egg roll in town. Subscribe and turn the notification bell if you want to see that.